Today we have an exciting topic on marketing communication. And if you think of how important a role communication plays in your relationships, your friendships, to start them, to build them, to get them working correctly, then you know that communication is really important when it comes to your clients. When it comes to talking to your potential clients, you also want to make sure that your communication resonates, that it hits home, that your message is heard the way you intend it to be heard. But I notice so many mistakes that people make in their communication, and I want to address those mistakes so that you can stop making them and you can make your communication even more effective. And I even made a list so that I don't forget anything. So first of all, I must commend you that if you are making any of these mistakes, it's actually a good thing as well, because you're making an effort. You're putting yourself out there. There are some people who are not doing anything, who are quiet and waiting for customers to find them. There are people who subscribe to the school of thought if you build it, they will come and buy. Like if you're a really good coach, your clients will find you. But that's not the case. You have to take a more active role. Put yourself out there, create content, have webinars, do all these things that will help you get customers. But let's make sure that your communication is good. So here is the first mistake that I see people making. The first one is generic messaging. Generic is very broad, very general, very talking to everyone, very I can help you fix your life. What does fix your life mean? Is it make me healthier? Is it make me happier? Is it make me have better relationships? Is it improve my career? You know, that generic message of let me help you fulfill your potential in what area? So that's the first one that I see people making. Being general because they don't also want to pick a niche, like something that they really want to concretely say, I can help you fix. Because they feel that by picking a niche, you end up losing out on the larger market. But that's not the case. You actually make a bigger impact when you're helping a specific person solve a specific problem instead of just being general. So that's the first. The second is talking too much about yourself. Now, I know you got the certification, you've invested a lot in getting to the point where you can call yourself a qualified coach. You've even got clients who you've gotten results for. You've worked so many years, you've got like 20 years under your belt. No one cares. All they care about is how you're going to help them. So when you talk a lot about yourself, you sound like that guy in a party who you meet, and he starts spewing how many PhDs he has and how he's studied in which country and stuff like that. And no one wants to talk to that person. They want to talk to the person who's more interested in them. What about you? Tell me about you. How can I help you? What are you struggling with right now? So that's the second. And the third is not understanding client needs. So sometimes you have clients who have a particular problem. Maybe clients come and tell you that I want to be promoted, but you don't really understand what their real desire is. Because there are two types of people. You know, if I remember back when I was in corporate, there were two types of people. There were some people who want to be promoted for the name and maybe a bump in salary. But then there are some people who are very strategic in terms of their career path and where they want to be and all. And it's important that you understand who you're dealing with and what problem you're really helping them solve. Because some people are just happy with a title. Like I know a lot of people who we gave promotions with no salary increment, maybe like 2% at the most, and they were very happy with that. So not understanding your client needs means that sometimes you're trying to deliver what they don't need. Sometimes you're trying to deliver a better body for them. But in reality, what they want is a relationship. So you have to really understand your clients' needs, their pain points. What are they really suffering with? And where do they really need your help? Because if you understand what their pain point is and what you're really solving, then you can craft your messages accordingly. And they can be more effective because you're now talking to the pain. You're now talking to the real problem that they're dealing with. And the best way for you to do this, to know whether you've got it, is if you can write a day in the life of your prospect so well that when they read it, they're like, oh my goodness, how did you know? They think it's exactly for them. So that's the third thing. Not understanding clients' needs or their problems or their pain points. That's another thing. Then the fourth is not also understanding the real problem that you're solving. And it's related to the third point, in that you might be trying to get somebody a better body, but what they're trying to do is to be attractive to the opposite sex so that they can get a date, or so that they can get married, or so that they can look good in their wedding dress. Right? So that's the real problem. The problem is not so much just what they've said, I need to lose weight, but the problem is for them to fit into their wedding dress, or for them to be attractive to the opposite sex, which could also fundamentally mean other issues. If they don't find themselves attractive, or if they need validation from outside sources for them to feel attractive. So you could be dealing with a different issue. That's number 4. And the sooner you know that, the better, because again, you can communicate it. Again, you can address their problem holistically. So now for the 5th point, let me ask you a question. Do you think people make decisions based on logic or emotion? Or is it a 50-50? So there was a study that was done, that it was a psychology study, and they discovered that people make decisions mostly on emotion. So if your communication is not reflecting that, then you're missing out on a large number of people, because people resonate with your message when it's emotive. That's when somebody says, I feel this person understands me. And then we can justify it with logic and say, I bought this thing because they understand this, or now you can justify the emotional decision that you made with logic. So that's the 5th. Now for the 6th is, I find, a number of people don't have a unique selling proposition. So you just talk about what it is that you do, but there's nothing unique about what it is that you do. If I put your statement of what you do, how you do it and everything, and the benefits of signing up for your service, if I put that next to a competitor, it's pretty much the same thing. That's when you end up with a lot of generic messaging where people just say, oh yeah, we are customer focused. Those messages that you see, especially in government offices, where they talk about their values of honesty and customer centricity, those ones, right? If there's nothing you can think of that's unique about what you're offering, then your customer is not going to help you figure that out. You have to be the one to sit down and say, you know what? I help moms find balance in their lives because I've gone through that journey. What's unique about me is I used to be a corporate mom and I used to burn out. I was hospitalized, and now I found a way through it, and I found a formula that works. And now I help other women who are also in corporate find balance in their lives, or become better parents because I went through this, or improve on their climb up the ranks in their career because there's something unique. And sometimes it's in the story of how you started, the story of why you're the best person qualified to help this person achieve that goal. So not having a unique selling point or a unique selling proposition is something that just makes people only compare you with price. Like, oh, how much is this life coach and how much is that life coach? Okay, let's go with the cheaper one because there's nothing unique about it. And that's what we do when we're buying commodities. You're not a commodity. So having a unique selling proposition helps to move you away from that commodity market, right? Another thing is the next thing. This is number 7 now, right? Communicating the features of what it is that you offer. So communicating things like how many hours, how many weeks, that kind of stuff, instead of what people will gain from using your services, signing up for your training or something. So it's not, no one really cares, how many hours it's going to take. In fact, the shorter the hours, the better. If you go to the dentist and they tell you that they can fix your teeth, that aching problem that you have with your teeth, they can fix your cavity in 5 minutes, or they can fix it in 30 minutes, which one will you prefer? That's the thing with your clients. They have a pain that they need to go away as quickly as possible. So when you're communicating how many hours and how many years, or not years, but how many hours, what period of time, when you focus on communicating that, then you're missing the customers who are really just coming to you to solve the problem, which is pretty much all of them. You're missing out on them, and your communication won't be effective. It's like Steve Jobs, who, when everybody was talking about iPod, when he launched the iPod, there used to be these MP3 players, and everyone would talk about 5 GB, 20 GB, XGB kind of thing. And he just came and said, 1,000 songs in your pocket. It was exactly what people want. I don't know how many songs are in 5 GB. So solve the problem by telling me what the benefit is, not the feature of the thing. Right? Cool. So that's 7. Then we have, now we have 8, which is not using social proof. So social proof is what makes, who have you helped get this result you're talking about that you're able to get. So testimonials and that kind of thing are social proof. So not using social proof is missing out, because people usually look at some of those testimonials and they see themselves in somebody who is talking about a problem that you've helped them solve. So that's a big opportunity, and it speaks louder than anything you could say. Like, they did a study where it was 94% of people said that they trust the view or the testimonial from a friend or the recommendation from a friend more than what the company says. And a lot of them, I think it was over 70 something, will trust the recommendation from a complete stranger more than they'll trust what it is that you say. And before I tell you the next one, let me tell you about something really exciting that's happening right now. I'm having a marketing message challenge where I'm going to take coaches through how to refine their message, how to make it more effective, how to get people to understand what it is that they're communicating, and to feel understood that you're the best person to solve these issues that they have for them. And again, communication is very effective, and it's the heart of marketing. So I decided that this is where I want to help you, so that any activity that you do out there, you put yourself out there, let it be effective, instead of you spending time and effort creating messages and being consistent on something that is not hitting home for people. So that's what I'm going to do for you. And even more exciting is, in order for you to get into this challenge, you get it for free if you donate 90 minutes of your time to coach somebody else for free. So that is how I want to bring in people who may not be able to afford your coaching, and you who needs to know how to market yourself better, your services better, to reach more people. I'll provide that to you. I'll donate that time from me to you, as you donate your time to somebody else who can't afford your services. So that will be your ticket to support somebody else. So I'm really excited about this, if you can't already tell. Like, I'm super stoked, because I really want us to help people, and I know coaches are here to do good. So I've created Coaches for Change, where I get to bring together coaches who want to create real change, and me who wants to also create change. And I can help you create change, have better marketing messages, and you can help somebody else solve their problem, whether it's in their career, whether it's in their marriage, whether it's in their life, or they're struggling with depression or something, if addiction, or whatever it is that you're able to help people do. That will be the ticket that will get you in, so that you don't have to pay anything. So I'm really excited. I'll put the links below, and that brings me to my next point, because it's your call to action. So that's my call to action, is click the link below this video in the description, and you'll get more information about this. But this next point is, a lot of people don't put a call to action. So you make a really great video, you hold a really good webinar, but you don't tell people how they can work with you, or what to do, call this number, email you, or what is it, book a time, what should they do next. You should always have a call to action in whatever it is that you do. And it doesn't have to be a commercial call to action. It can be as simple as, like this video, share this video, comment below, share this with a friend. Like, it can be a very simple call to action, but at least there should be some next step that somebody should take, and tell them what that next step is. Tell them what your expectation is. So that's the last point. Not having a call to action is a big mistake. So I really look forward to seeing you at that challenge. I'm super stoked about it. I cannot wait to reveal some of the things that I've learned over time, that I've seen that are more effective, that I have split tested and A/B tested to see what works better than the next. And I want to share this information with you so that you can also share yourself and donate your time to somebody else. So I'll see you there. Ciao.